Procrastination is the thief of achievement. We stop chasing our biggest goal because they feel impossible. But the antidote isn't willpower, it's momentum. Maybe you want to start a side business, get in shape, or finally learn that new skill, but the thought of the monumental effort required freezes you. It's too much to start. That's why we quit before we even take the first step. For nearly a century, one of the greatest Olympic teams in history knew that exact feeling, that is, failure. But they found the simple secret to momentum, a revolutionary strategy called the aggregation of marginal gains. This is the story of how stopping the pursuit of perfection and starting the pursuit of tiny consistency can transform your life. From 1908 until 2003, British cycling was the ultimate example of mediocrity. They became a joke so bad that bike manufacturers wouldn't even sell them bikes. Their problem was the same as ours today. They were waiting for the massive leap forward. Dave Brailsford, the director hired to fix them, recognized this flaw. We all believe success requires 100% effort, 100% change today itself. He said, forget that 100%. We are going to break down every single component, everything, and improve it by just 1%. The reason this idea is the anti-procrastination formula is its complete lack of pressure. A 1% improvement is rarely notable. Sometimes it isn't noticeable, but that's the trick. It makes the task more achievable. That single small repeatable effort, thanks to compounding, makes you 37 times better in a year. The power is not in the size of the gain. It is the relentlessness of the rhythm. They started with the obvious, optimizing the bike, the obvious tool for the job. But soon they realized the biggest room for improvement was in the elements we all ignore in our daily lives. Think about your life. You want a big career change? You focus on the resume first. That's what we all do. That's the bike for the British team. But the cycling team looked at the entire system. They looked at muscle recovery and sleep quality as well. For you, those are your marginal gains. It is not just about the work. It's about getting 1% better sleep tonight. It's about spending 5 minutes to meal prep one healthy lunch to improve your energy by 1%. They hired a surgeon to teach proper hand washing to stop illness. They even painted their support truck white to spot tiny bits of dust. That is the definition of meticulous consistency. Every single factor was honored with a 1% improvement. The result came fast, from laughingstock to dominance. This success wasn't about being talented. It was about being relentlessly consistent in the smallest possible ways. The team defeated the crippling lie that success must be earned in one dramatic moment. They proved it is earned in a million tiny, unheralded ones. Procrastination is not laziness. It is an emotional coping mechanism. Our brain sees the huge goal and screams. The 1% rule is the only way to silence that anxious voice. When you set a goal that is small, tiny, even your brain relaxes. It says, oh, I can do that. And when you complete that tiny task, write one sentence, stretch for 60 seconds, check off that one item, you get a small, immediate burst of dopamine. That reward tells your brain, that felt good, let's do it again tomorrow. That is positive feedback loop. It transforms anxiety into momentum. It builds what researchers call self-efficacy, the belief in your own ability. Every successful tiny step sends a signal. I am a person who finishes things. The 1% rule doesn't ask you to be perfect. It only asks you to be consistent. It is the simple scientific formula for turning a chronic procrastinator into a person of action. Here is the practical toolkit to stop procrastinating and start building. Tool 1. Break the work down. Don't just look at the large, intimidating goal. Ask, why am I stuck? Until you uncover the absolute root obstacle. Tool number 2, the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. If it is bigger, shrink the first step until it takes only 2 minutes. You want to start running? Your first person is putting your shoes on. You want to clean the house? Your first person is washing one dish. It is about removing the emotional hurdle of starting. Tool 3. Don't break the chain. The ultimate motivator. Get a calendar. Mark every day you complete your tiny habit with a giant red cross. Soon, the desire to protect that momentum, to keep that chain intact, becomes more powerful than the urge to procrastinate. You aren't aiming for the finish line today. You are aiming for the next cross. That small, visible commitment is what breaks the cycle of anxiety and inaction. Significant achievements are never the product of a single heroic day. They are the sum of thousands of days where you showed up and laid one single perfect brick. That was the simple, profound lesson Will Smith's father taught him. You do not set out to build a wall. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid. You do that every single day, and soon you will have a wall. The cycling team defeated their decades of failure with a pillow, a towel, and a clean track. You can defeat your years of procrastination with a 2-minute action today. What is your first brick? Don't wait for motivation to strike. Use this rule to create the momentum, create the progress, and create the kind of life you know is possible. Start your 1% right now.